There's no question this is a big game this week against Minnesota-Duluth. How are you guys approaching it?
Well, you know, we're approaching it basically like it is a big game, because that's the truth. That's what it is. We haven't sugarcoated it. You know, we need to show up in every facet of the game in order to win, and that's the way we're taking it.
You know, last year you guys played at UMD, and you know, they beat you guys pretty good. What do you think could be the difference this year for you guys?
Well, you know, last year we were a young team. I hate using that excuse, but by young I mean we weren't assignment sharp as much, and you know, this year the guys are older. They're better. They know both systems, offense and defensive systems, much better, and they've grown. So, you know, on paper we're just a much better team this year, and that's the reason.
What do you think is going to be the key to the game?
I think the key to the game is that we have to keep coming, bring our A game on every play. It's going to be a close one. We're expecting that, and in order to win, we're going to have to fight for every inch, every yard, and every down.
There's no question this is a huge game for you guys. How do you approach it?
Just like we do every other week, got to scheme up against what their strengths are, and got to be gap sound, got to do our assignments, and this is a big game. So we're really watching a lot of film and making sure we get all our checks down and all our adjustments.
Both teams are the best ranked rushing teams in the conference. How do you guys look at that?
Well, you can look at it that way, but another way you can look at it is that both teams are stacked up against on rushing defense. We're both 1 and 2 in the conference as well. We're both very high in the national poll with that too. I think it's going to be a slugfest on defense. It's just who's going to be more sound and not make mistakes, and who can hold the ball and pound it out is going to win the game.
Isaac Odom, it's no secret what that guy's been able to do for Duluth. How do you guys plan for a guy like that? What can you do?
Going against him is going to be tough. I mean, he's a great player. We just got to rally like we've never done before. We got to get everyone to the point of attack. We got to hold them up. Got to go for the ball, get strips, get fumbles. Basically, just get everyone there and make sure he doesn't get any yards after contact.
You know, they've won by some pretty big margins this year in the conference. Are you guys intimidated by what they've been able to do?
No, I can't be intimidated. No, yeah, sure, they've put up some pretty big numbers, but we've put up some decent numbers, and just got to come in here thinking that we're going to beat them and going to hold them to as little as possible.
You know, you're seeing this is going to be your last home game. I imagine you couldn't ask for a better situation heading into it. This is going to be your last game.
Yeah, this is definitely a big game, especially to go out on. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest games that I've ever played, and I don't know about the other guys, but for me, I mean, this is by far one of the biggest games. It's got playoff implications, everything, so I couldn't ask for a better situation to go out with a bang.
You know, it looks like the weather's actually pretty nice. Are you guys hoping for a big crowd out there?
Oh, yeah, exactly. We want everyone to be out there. We hope that there's a couple thousand people there, so we got like that playoff atmosphere and everyone out there cheering us on and cheering us to victory. That'd be awesome.
Minnesota-Duluth this week, they're going to be bringing in one of the best defenses in the league. As an offense, how do you guys prepare for that?
Well, I think we just need extra focus. You know, we know what we're going up against, so it's a little bit extra focus, a little bit extra film, and you know, just be mentally prepared for them. I think we got to get over that intimidation factor, and I think once we do that, when we start playing football, we'll be fine.
You've watched these guys on film. What makes their defense strong when you look at them?
They're very disciplined. They're very fast. So and they got a lot of good athletes. So I mean, we're just going to have to be assignment sharp, and I think if we do that, you know, we'll be able to move the ball on them. They showed in times where they get gassed. There's kind of that defense that bends but doesn't break. So I think as long as we finish drives, we'll be able to make it a close game.
I imagine you're feeling pretty confident with how the offense is playing, especially after last week. You were able to throw for 5 touchdowns. Brian Leonhardt had 3 touchdowns. Where's the offense at right now?
You know, I'm happy to see the pass game come along. It's been doing well the last couple of games with the time and passing and stuff. And I think Brian's really coming into his own, getting comfortable with the pass game. So, you know, I think we're going to need a balanced game on Saturday. You know, with how good their rush defense is. There's going to be times where we need to throw the ball. So I think the last couple of weeks have been a good sign that we'll be able to be more balanced on Saturday.
Both of you guys have been able to run the ball very well and defend against the run very well. Is this game going to come down to the rushing game?
I think it has a big part of it. You know, whoever can stop it and whoever can can sustain drives. So I mean, I think, you know, as long as we keep their offense off the field like we have been doing all year, you know, we give ourselves a good shot. And I think our defense has been doing well flying around, and they've been doing well against the run too. So it's going to be interesting.
just a few days away from game time right now. What's the feeling like in your guys' locker room?
It's starting to get a little bit more focused. You know, we're trying to stay loose and stuff like that, and you know, not get too worked up about it because you know we can't go into the game tight or anything like that. We just gotta, you know, show up with confidence and you know, hopefully pull out a win.
You guys are going to be playing Minnesota-Duluth this week. As far as games go, it doesn't get much bigger than this, does it?
Oh, no, sir, not. I mean, we've been in the playoffs, you know, in our eyes for how long we know we haven't been ranked and stuff. So, I mean, all we hear is the upperclassmen preaching and the captains preaching, you know, playoffs is the playoffs for us. You know, this means this is do or die for us, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts, but we're going to come ready to play.
Two big rushing offenses and defenses coming into this game. Do you think this game is going to come down to who wins the ground battle?
It's going to come down to who executes more and who doesn't let the little things affect them. I mean, you know, every game has penalties. We're going to have to cut back on them. You know, every game has its uphill battles, but we're going to come prepared. And I honestly believe that, you know, the better team will come out on top. And I honestly believe that, you know, we can be that better team, and we are that better team.
Against Crookston, you had 100 yards, and I believe the week before that you had 100 yards too. It seems like you've been running pretty well the last few games. What's been working for the running game?
I mean, you know, I honestly think it's the offensive line. You know, last weekend Corey Amerman, you know, he didn't go because he went out with a high ankle sprain. But you know, we had a fellow offensive lineman, DeLang, step in his spot and take care of business. Chris Parrish went to right guard, took care of business too. Our whole offensive line was rotating. You know, that's one thing great about our offensive line. All of them know each other's spots. You know, and that's big props to them, big props to coaching staff, for them to, you know, say, okay, you need to know this, you know, just in case. You know, and I give them all the credit because without them, you know, I wouldn't have had those two good games.
What's the feeling like in the locker room right now? Are you guys loose, uptight? Can you tell me what's it like in there right now?
You know, in the locker room, you know, before practice, you know, we're uptight because we're getting ready for practice, doing away with battle. After practice, we're in the locker room. You know, it's a little loose. You know, it's a little okay. We know what we're doing. We know where our assignments are. We're going to execute them. But as far as, you know, these come down to the wire nowadays, you know, things are going to start getting uptight. You know, I mean, I honestly believe, you know, people are going to come in, okay, I got a job to do Saturday, you know, and I'm not going to do anything but that, you know. And Kyle McMartin, our captain, said after practice, you know, teamwork is going to win this game. If we honestly believe that we can come out and beat Duluth on athleticism alone, you know, we're wrong. It's going to be teamwork and athleticism put together. And I believe he spoke for it. He said it himself at the end of practice today.
This is going to be a pretty exciting way to end the home season, though, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. It doesn't get much better than this.